y'all doing tonight? I'm Elvis Presley.
I'm Joss from Joss and Bell. Just saw Elvis, the movie, directed by Baz Luhrmann and written by Baz and Sam Bromwell. Came out June 24th, already making waves. The show, the picture itself, Austin Butler as Elvis, got the seal of approval from the Presley family.
My God, I wish you could see this. You know, it was perfection.
A standing ovation. The list goes on. So, had to go check it out for myself. I was a little wary going in because with biopics, they can be a little slow when you're going back through the artist's history, but of course in true Baz fashion, if you know his other films, Moulin Rouge, Romeo and Juliet, Gatsby, he's fast-paced, he's glitz, he's glam, he's drama, he's everything that you need in a movie when you're depicting Elvis Presley, the king, an artist who is so well known. He, of course, did the king justice. It opens up, Tom Hanks is narrating, he is Colonel Tom Parker, which was Elvis's manager for the duration of his career. He's narrating at a carnival, which already when you have a carnival opening, you know it's going to be fun and games and a little bit of shadiness going on. Elvis is singing His Truth is Marching On, Glory, Glory, Hallelujah, just with the buildup of that song already while he's on stage in the middle of his career, or maybe, you know, towards the end of his career. But just the opening is already building, and then you go into the film, you're already hooked just at that bright beginning. It kind of jumps back and forth as biopics do. When you flash back to Elvis's childhood, they aren't slow moments, right? So you see as he's on stage performing, you cut back to when he's a child and when he was in the South and he went to or saw Black church revivals and how the Black culture and movement and singing and dancing influenced him as a young child, and then as he portrays that on the stage and how the music flowed through him. As soon as you see Austin Butler as Elvis Presley, you're drawn in. So Elvis, as you know, was like 50s, 60s, 70s, way before my time. But as soon as you see him, you understand the draw that everyone had when he was on stage. All long-lasting performers are like this. Like, that is where they belong. The stage is where they belong. And you could feel that with Austin Butler's portrayal of Elvis. He said he didn't want to make Elvis a caricature, and he did a fantastic job. Like, he respected the stage and the presence and the responsibility of Elvis throughout his whole performance in this film. And he deserves whatever nominations or awards they're going to give him, because he was Elvis. For those of us who didn't know anything about Elvis or weren't alive when Elvis was Elvis, he was Elvis. And you could just feel it. You were toe tapping and dancing, and like, you know some of the songs, so you wanted to sing along in the theater. And that has to be attributed to how Austin emulated Elvis throughout his performance. And then of course Baz with his directing, and I believe the cinematographer was a woman named Mandy, and the score, all of that encompassed who Elvis was and shined through in the screen, in the movie theater. It was a great picture and like one of the better biopics that I've seen and a movie overall in a while. So with the film, like I was saying earlier, they did do some jump cuts back and forth within his career and how record labels and managers back then didn't appreciate and didn't uplift Black singing voices or Black dance movements, rhythm and blues. They went back to Beale Street, B.B. King, a woman named Big Mama Thornton, which was the Hound Dog singer, Little Richard. They amplified those voices in this film to show the influence and the effect that they had on Elvis and how he wanted to either appreciate, appropriate. He took from the rhythm and blues. It just showed the hypocrisy of America as a nation, of the music industry then and still now, how they will amplify white voices that are still using those of Black culture, movements and ideas and songs and sound. And also did timelines like with the presidents who were shot and Martin Luther King, the pushback that he also got when he was dancing and wiggling on the stage as well, just in the, you know, politically how he was supposed to act. Every scene was intentional, and there was a story and a message and a song, or the music was moving each scene. There weren't any scenes that were fluff. Every single scene was at the verge of something great happening, whether that was the score or the conversations or the next scene that was about to happen. Everything was setting something up, and you were always on the edge of your seat trying to figure out what was going to happen next with Elvis's career, the music, his personal life, his dumb manager, Colonel Parker. Tom Hanks, he did okay as Tom Parker, Colonel Tom Parker, but managers suck anyway. They're annoying. He was annoying. He annoyed me. I didn't like him at all as the character Colonel Tom Parker, but I guess he was important to the story because he was Elvis's manager. All in all, if you can't tell already, fantastic film. You should go watch it. It's one of those movies that you need to see in the theater. I want to go watch it again just because of how I felt afterwards, and that's what a good movie is. You just feel great. I want to, like I was saying, toe tapping, dancing, moving, because you know the songs. Austin Butler like was Elvis, and you could see all the screaming fans and you wanted to be a screaming fan. I've been listening to all his music and his performances, Elvis's, just so I can like feel what I felt in the theater because it was so fun. Like, it was such a fun movie, and you gotta give props to everyone involved, Baz and the crew and the cast and Austin himself. The love and the carefulness that they gave to Elvis's story was, I applaud them for it. So make sure you go check out Elvis. Fantastic movie, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
I'm Elvis. Oh no, 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 Elvis Presley.